What's up, family? Hey, I want to have a talk with you guys today about something. I get asked a lot, how come I don't really talk a lot um, on black issues, African American issues, whatever we call them nowadays? Um, it's just not my thing. It's not my thing. Uh, when I first started getting into my studying as far as growing and my self awareness in the 90s, um, I dove into black awareness. I dove into understanding who I was as a black man, and that was like all I want to read, all I want to study, you know. And in the 90s and the early 2000s, that's all I read, that's all I bought. And probably like the 10 most influential books that I read are these right here. I don't know if you can see these. Um, Africans Who Shaped Our Faith, The African Origin of Civilization, The Wisdom of Ancient Egypt, The Light of Egypt, The Africans Who Wrote the Bible, They Came Before Columbus, Maya Guiding Principles of Moral Living, Spiritual Warriors or Healers, Maya Comedic Symbolism Exposés, and The Comedic Tree of Life. Those 10 books, and there were many others, but these are probably the 10 books that I enjoyed the most. Um, why am I talking about this? One day I was meditating and I heard crystal clear. Um, are you going to keep going down this rabbit hole? I was like, huh? And the voice said, are you going to keep going down this rabbit hole? And I didn't understand what they were saying. And they said, the stuff that you're reading, the books you're reading, you're studying, it's a lot of good information, great information. But how is that helping you? How is that helping you with your issues? How is that helping you deal with your mom being murdered when you was 2? How does this stuff help you deal with being molested at 6? How does this stuff help you deal with your abandonment issues? How does this stuff help you deal with your anger? And it hit me. It's like you keep going down that rabbit hole if you want to. Or you get on the path that you're supposed to be on, learn the stuff that you're supposed to learn, and start fulfilling your purpose. The choice is yours. When I came out of that meditation, I was like shook. I was like, man, I was confused. I was confused. Again, I didn't grow up in um, a time where there were a lot of black positive male role models around me. I didn't have any, really. Um, Again, I'll be 51 next month. So I didn't have that around me at all. Um, and so the people that I grew up with, man, most of them on the street doing stupid stuff. And that's where I got my understanding of what being a man was about. And then you at the far extreme of Christianity, and most of those people were already so much older, and it's like, oh, they old. I'm not trying to listen to nothing that those guys try and talk about. You know what I mean? And so like guys in their 20s and 30s and 40s, man, that's all on the street doing stupid stuff. That's all I knew. And so it was easy for me to get caught up into this black pride, into this discovery of, you know, black is beautiful and all that other stuff. And again, I'm not knocking it. Please don't misunderstand me whatsoever. I'm not knocking that. But for me, I had to realize that that's not why I came here. That's not why I came here. I didn't come here to learn this stuff. I didn't come here to promote this stuff. And there's a lot of people that do, and to each their own. That's cool. I've learned a lot from a lot of those people on YouTube. But that's not my plot. That's not my lot in life. That's not my purpose in life. And so it's like I had to realize that, man, I got a lot of issues. I have a lot of issues, and I got to start figuring out what the heck is going on with me. What the heck is going on with me? Why I respond the way I do? Why do I react the way I do? And so I started doing a bunch of shadow work. I started doing a bunch of work in, man, dealing with my issues, my traumas, and my dramas. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's why I'm here. That's my purpose. My purpose is to talk about my trauma, my drama. Why? Because I've healed from a lot of it. And so now I'm able to help others who are now trying to heal from their drama and traumas that are similar to mine. And even if they don't have drama and trauma similar to mine, they have drama and trauma. And by me talking about them doing shadow work, by me talking about my issues, my pain, my challenges, it empowers them to want to deal with theirs. It empowers them to understand that, hey, you know what? I'm not the only one. And there's nothing wrong with acknowledging the fact that I grew up in this chaotic environment, you know, and that I grew up in this environment where there was a lot of trauma and drama inflicted on us. Because the reality is, until you can acknowledge that and heal that, you can never grow into reaching your full potential. You can never be all that you came here to be. And it's so easy to get caught up. It's so easy to get distracted with other information that's out there, with great information that's out there. It's so easy for me to talk about science. It's so easy for me to talk about history, this type of history and just history period. You know, the plight of the Native Americans and all that they endured, because I've studied that in depth because I'm part Native American. And so, but how am I helping anybody heal? My hope and prayer is that you understand why you're here. You understand that just because you're looking at good information doesn't mean that's the information that you need to be focused on. Doesn't mean that that's what you need to be studying at this particular time in your life. You could be studying stuff that's taking you down a completely different rabbit hole. And although it's great information, it's not the information that you need at this particular time. And so you're being distracted, you're being prevented from reaching your full potential. My hope and prayer is that you come into that understanding of why you're here. Forget about what everybody else is talking about, especially if it don't apply to why you came here. We could talk about Lemuria, we could talk about Atlantis, we could talk about portals and all that other stuff. And that's great information, and I love talking about that stuff. But the reality is, that's so far up here, and most people haven't even dealt with the basics yet. And we get so distracted looking for all this information outward as opposed to going inwardly and finding all the information that we need to deal with us, to help us. And that's all internal. That's all internal. I love you guys. Happy healing. Peace.